Hey guys, thanks for joining me for another Dokkan battle video, and today we're going to do a showcase on LR Trunks and Vegeta. So, I got these bad boys at 55%. I didn't do a summon video because I was basically skipping the banner. I just did tickets, and I didn't feel like doing just tickets was enough to make a video. Got really lucky, pulled them on tickets. So I've got them at 55%, and I think these guys are probably one of the best 55% units in the game. I think a lot of people would argue that this unit period is the best unit in the game, so very, very good unit, even if you only get one copy. So we're going to see how good they are at 55% in this video, right? So let's go ahead. Their leader skill is very good, by the way. So Bond of Parent Child and Future Saga, 170, and then Battle of Fate, 30. So really, the Bond of Parent and Child is what carries their leader skill. That category is like ridiculously stacked, right? I'm actually kind of disappointed in their 30%, the Battle of Fate. Like, that's actually not the craziest. There aren't like a crazy ton of like mega top tier units on Battle of Fate, so I'm a little disappointed in that. So I think they can get away with it a little bit just because they themselves obviously are on the 200%, so and they're like going to be the main focus of the team anyways. So as long as you can support them with other good characters and run really good, even if they're 170 units on rotation with them, which there are some very good options, right? I think you're going to be fine. Super attack effect raises attack and defense for 1 turn, does colossal damage. The 18 keys where it gets a little nutty, because they infinitely stack attack and defense. So basically, you want to try to get an 18 key every turn if possible, to get a permanent attack and defense stack to make them look really good, right? And then their passive here, they do an entrance animation right away. They get key 2 and defense 70 and guard all attacks for 5 turns from the start of turn, as long as you have a Bond of Parent Child category ally attacking in the same turn at the start of their attacking turn. So you're pretty much always going to have that active right away, because Bond of Parent Child is like such a huge part of what this unit's team builds are going to look like anyways. It's very rare. It would be honestly kind of hard to do a full Future Saga without another Bond of Parent Child, because the other Trunks leader even I think would count. You would have to be doing like a full like Goku Black Zamasu team with just this guy as the leader to pretty much not get that, right? Then he gets 2 key and attack and defense 140. He launches an additional that has a medium chance of being a super. So just for free, he gets a guaranteed additional, which is awesome. He gets another 1 key up to 5, defense 15 up to 75, and chance of performing a crit plus 7 up to 35 with each attack received. Then he gets an additional attack and defense 70 and guards all attacks as the first attacker in a turn. So they're really built for slot 1, because you're going to get an extra attack and defense 70%. They're going to guarantee guard even beyond the first 5 turns. So in the first 5 turns, you do have the flexibility to put them on other slots and still get the guard if you want to. I do kind of like that, because I think the purpose of that is that they know you want this unit to get hit, right? But all the attacks might be coming in slot 2. So by giving them guard for the first 5 turns, it allows you to put them in the best spot to take all of the hits, to get their passive built up. Then when their passives have built up, you just always keep them in slot 1. So I do like the way that they built that up, right? So you're going to notice at first, their defense is going to be a little bit lower, their attacks going to be lower, but remember, they have to get 5 times to stack up, and then they're stacking every turn anyways. It's going to be harder to get the 18 key at first because they have to build up their key passive as well, right? So you can see mine's 55%. I do think the way you build this guy, I mean, they've got built-in crit. They do have a built-in additional, so I would build this guy like additional and dodge, to be honest. I know dodge is counteractive to them like wanting to get hit, but if you're dodging, you're not taking damage, so that's like better than getting hit with guard anyway. So I think I would kind of go that route. I would probably lean like a little bit heavier on the additional, but you could do a nice balance of additional and dodge. I think is the way I build him. I really don't see any need for crit, because he's going to build up his like 35% crit chance is enough. So like you don't need to have more than that, in my opinion, right? Now with the equips I could put on him, I did put defense equips on, because I see this as a very defensive unit, and I want to make their defense as good as possible. They're like midway linked, right? Like I've linked them up a little bit. Okay, so here's the team build I'm running them on. I'm going to link them up with this guy. They're going to link really, really well with this guy here. One of the better rotations in the game, I would say. And then we just got a bunch of like Vegeta family support type units here. So let's go ahead and hop in. So this is my first turn. Once again, at 55%. So dude, 220k defense start a turn without any of their passive built up from stacking or getting hit is actually kind of crazy, especially because this is a 55% unit right now, right? And actually starting off, I basically have, because I have so much support on this rotation, I pretty much got the 18 key guaranteed. So the thing is 18 keys just going to get easier and easier to get, because as he gets hit, he's going to gain key, right? So I am going to put him in slot 1 right here. I know slot 2's got more attacks coming, but I don't want to risk taking out the Vegeta. So I'll just put him here, guarantee I get my hits in. Good, okay. I was hoping that he wouldn't lower defense yet, and this Vegeta doesn't lower defense, so we're good. So we got what, like a 4.5 mil attack stat? Nothing too crazy, but remember, this is a very defensive unit. He's got guaranteed additionals, which we saw right there. It's not guaranteed to be a super, but we got it. And we're stacking attack and defense, and he still has to get hit 3 more times to fully build up, and we're only at 55%. So a lot of things to keep in mind here about how crazy this unit is. And this is one of those units, like, as a global player, like, we've been hearing about this guy from JP players for a long time, but actually, like, using them and, like, feeling their power, it's like, yeah, they're, like, the best unit in the game. Like, they're crazy. Because I played around with them just a little bit on my own before doing this video. But I can tell you just from my little bit of experience, they're crazy. So here's the friend unit. Now, the friend unit does have 1 turn under their belt, but they're at 300k defense, and this is a 90% unit here. So we can kind of look at like a 90% one compared to like a 55% one. So what attack stat are they doing? Like, yeah, 6 mil. Now, they have stacked for 1 turn, and I think they got hit like once or twice on the last turn. So they do have a little bit of their stuff built up here, but we'll, you know, as we go deeper, it'll level out and we'll see what they both look like kind of fully built up. The bad part about the infinite stacking beyond the 18 keys, you can only ever get that once per turn, but that's fine. Obviously, it'd be nice if they stacked on both, but you can't ask for too much with a unit this busted, right? They're just really good. Defense is really the king of this game, right? This is why defense units are rated so highly. Like, sure, a unit that does 12 to 15 mil attack stats is great, right? Like, for example, if we look at Saiyan Saga Kaioken Goku, like, he can hit like 18 mil attack stats rainbowed, but he's not very defensive. So, like, people don't talk about him, people aren't using him. Like, basically, after he dropped, he's, like, died off. Like, nobody talks about STR LR Kaioken Goku. And that's because, like, he's never going to be my first choice for one of these teams, right? It's, like, crazy. But defensive units have way more longevity. So this Trunks and Vegeta, I think they're going to age fairly well. Being that they're built for slot 1, they might age out a little bit quicker than a traditional defense unit because slot 1 might not be obtainable for them for a long time. Like, that, they might, you know, they might get power crept out of that. But right now, they're looking fantastic, right? So, second turn. Now, we are going to build up our passive here unless he dodges. But yeah, 300k defense, and we're at 55%. So we're looking about as good as the 90% one was last turn. And then hopefully these both hit. Yep. Okay, and then this can hit. It's going to be double digits either way. Oh, we did dodge. Okay. So we still need to get hit one more time. But yeah, look, now the 55% one is hitting 6 mil. So this is crazy for like a 55% unit to be this defensive and still putting up these numbers, right? And once again, they're stacking. So they're going to keep going up as the event goes through, right? So the friend one's going to be looking a lot better this turn. They're just going to be looking like the growth is very fast early on while you're building up that initial passive for getting hit. Yeah, now 470k defense with guarding, while guarding all attacks while stacking defense. So basically what you can think of this unit as is basically like Tech Ultimate Gohan, but like a souped up LR version of that. Because that's why Tech Ultimate Gohan has lasted so long. He's a defense stacking unit with guard. It's a ridiculous combo. And these guys basically have it guaranteed. Like, you just have to put them in slot 1 and it never runs out. Right? Okay, so now I think the friend one is fully built up, so they're going to be looking pretty nasty next turn. And I think we just did like a 6.3 million attack stat there with them. Alright, and you can see we're just blitzing through this legendary Vegeta event. Even Physical Future Gohan looking very good. I said it before, I think it was in my summon video, or no, it was in my team building guide. That this Trunks and Vegeta, like, make Majin Vegeta and that Physical Gohan, like, infinitely better. Like, they just instantly shoot up on the tier list, right? Alright, so we're going to go in slot 1 here. So, by the time we attack, we will see the full passive. So, we're at about 400k defense. Now, we are missing one stack defense stack, so we should be, like, fully stacked up starter turn. We would be over 400k defense here, because we are missing one stack. Okay, so, let's go ahead and do this. And then sure, Physical Goku can just do that. Alright, so let's see what we do here. This is going to be kind of crazy. So yep, that should be the last stack. We got our key. Oh, no, we had 2 stacks missing. Okay. And then, yeah, 6.1. So, dude, 6 mil attack stats for a 55% unit while stacking defense and guard. Like, I'll take that. Considering they're going to be like 400 or 500k defense here, You know, next turn, I expect him to be close to 500k defense, or approaching that, right? Because we got 2 stacks from getting hit, and we're still stacking on 18 keys. So, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they're like 500k defense for a 55% unit. It's kind of crazy. Now, you've probably heard a lot of people say, like, don't summon on the banners, and the reason why, it's not because the unit's bad. Like, this is the best unit in the game, but it's just, do you want the most value for your stones, right? I would say, like, this unit and then, like, Tech Vegeta are, like, super solid, but the rest of the banner is kind of meh, right? So, and there's, like, 10 units, so your odds of getting this specific unit are a lot less than a traditional Dokkanfest banner. So it just has to depend on what your situation is. If you think it's worth it to chase them, I mean, they're definitely worth it if you get them. But they're going to be better value banners moving forward, right? Whatever drops for, like, this December Christmas banner, which people are thinking Beast Gohan, probably is going to be insane. New Year step-ups are always ridiculously good value, right? Alright, what's the friend unit looking like here? Yeah, 530k defense. Now, this is the 90% one. Let's see, is he done stacking? He should be. Yep, he's done stacking. So he's hitting about 6.5 mil. Kind of crazy, actually. We're not seeing that much of a difference. Like, mine was 6.1 and this was 6.5. Mine was about 400k defense. This one was definitely higher on the defense, but, like, I don't know. I think this, like I was saying at the beginning, I think this is a very high value 55% unit because they have so much built into their kit already. Like, they got the crit and additionals built in. Like, dupes aren't as important on this unit. Like, you can get one copy and skate out and you're good to go. Like, this 55% Trunks and Vegeta can beat the entire game. Like, that's hands down. They can beat the entire game. You could take them to any event in the game and they can beat it. Like, that's why these are known as, like, the best unit in the game. And I agree with that. They're crazy. Pretty insane. All right, what do we got here? So, my 55% one. Yeah, 400 and... like, what? Almost 450k defense. 440k defense. So, approaching 500k defense. So, this amount of defense, while guarding and still continuing to stack, like, they're going to be able to, like, this unit tanks Cell Max, right? So this is why they're so good. And because they have guard, they can tank just about anything in the game. And it's obviously going to vary with how long you have for them to stack up. But yeah, 6.1, like, that's a similar attack stat to what we saw the 90% one put up. It's just the defense is lagging behind a little bit, right? Very good. I'm impressed. Like, they're great. We'll take it a couple more turns here. Maybe take it to the end of Legendary Vegeta. I mean, they're going to tank Final Flash like no problem. So maybe we'll get to that final phase and see if we can't get in front of a Final Flash. That wouldn't be the worst. Alright, and then, dude, I still love that Tech Goku Gohan LR. And I've got them Rainbow. They're looking pretty spicy. They can put up some fat numbers. They can definitely put up like over 10 mil attack stats for sure. Alright, this Gohan might take some damage. Oh yeah, he took some damage. Alright, here's the friend one again. Once again, just nice. And, you know, this one, here's the other thing, I guess, with the friend one, is the friend one isn't getting, like, legendary power, right? So, like, there are, I think mine is getting a little bit more attack links, which is why we're looking a lot more even keeled on the attack stat. So I think that part might be a little bit deceiving as well, but... you know, the jump from the 55 to 90 still isn't, like, crazy. Like, I feel like my 55% one's holding up pretty well compared to the 90%. The 90% one, like I said, is looking a lot better defensive. Yeah, like 575k defense. Like, mine's not going to be there yet, right? But it's still going to be they're comparable, right? Like, I would say this is a unit, because sometimes you use a unit, right? And you're like Ginyu was a really good example. Like, it's night and day difference, a 55% Ginyu versus, like, a Rainbow one. He just does so much more damage, and his defense builds up so much more quickly. But this unit, I feel pretty good about my 55% one compared to this 90% right next to it, right? So I would say if you got this guy at 55%, like, don't feel pressured to pull for more copies. Because, you know, these units, it'll be a little bit till they come back, but once they bring them back, they love bringing back these, like, Dokkanfest LRs on other banners. Like, I think they're going to be on the anniversary banners for us in July. They might be. I'm trying to think, because I don't know. It's probably too soon. Yeah, because I could see these guys being, because, you know, JP's had them for a while. I'm pretty sure they would maybe be on the anniversary banner for JP in January, and then we'd have them in July. So, like, you pick these guys up on that anniversary banner. I could be wrong on that, but, like, that's the type of unit they would put on that type of banner, right? Alright, let's see what we got here. So, what I'm getting at is, don't feel like you have to be pressured to go in and pull for a bunch of dupes now. Like, you can just let them come to you on other banners later on and just get the 55% right now. You're going to be good to go. Like, they're good. All right, so we're on the second to last phase of Vegeta, I believe. So yeah, 500k defense for my 55% one. Like, this is crazy. Like, he's so good. Normally 500k defense like isn't good enough, but because you got guard, like that makes a huge difference knowing that you're guarding. 6.5 mil, yeah. Like the attack stats are holding on. And like I said, I do think it's because I've got legendary power, which I believe is a 20% attack up, right? And then there might be another Saiyan link that we're getting, like a Super Saiyan link that we're getting, that is maybe another 10 to 15%. But yeah, I think the attack links are what's holding mine up to the other one, right? So the other one with the same rotation definitely would be hitting harder than mine. But yeah, I'm pretty impressed. So you guys have to let me know if you pulled for them, if you like them or not. But I definitely think, you know, I think there's other units you could argue for best unit in the game, like, but like these guys are definitely top tier, and I think most people are going to agree that they're best unit in the game. But like Carnival Goku, I think is like in that discussion. I even think to the extent the Gammas are, like the Gammas are crazy, especially for just Dokkanfest TURs. They're not even LRs. Kind of crazy. All right, so we've got the active skill. So that reminds me, I forgot to mention that. So let's go through the active skill really quick. So the active skill is when all allies are Future Saga characters starting from the 3rd turn. So the reason why this activated on the friend and not mine is I'm like running on rotation a non-Future Saga. So we're going to watch the friend unit do this one here. And then, or if your HP is 50% or less starting from the 5th turn. So mine would trigger if I went low enough on health. But it massively raises attack, does ultimate damage, and all attacks are crits for the turn. And then raises defense by 20% for 1 turn. And that's like a B-Pan off-turn buff, so that's even better than 20%. So this is going to be crazy. So 650k defense for the friend unit. Let's pop this. That's some pretty big damage there. Okay. All right, now we got that 20% defense buff. Oh my god, 780k defense. So dude, on the turn, you use that active skill. So you just pop that like when you're on like a Cell Max or something crazy. That's going to be insane. Like, dude, look at physical Future Gohan at 276, and he's got 58% damage reduction. Like, that dude isn't getting touched. That's crazy. Okay, so yeah, that active skill is pretty darn good, and we're going to get a Dokkan attack here. So this is definitely going to finish off Vegeta here, which is good. It's timely because we need this big full heal we're about to get. I didn't even realize we're so low on health. Here, let's grab all this. Did not even realize our health was running low here. Alright, so we're at what? A 6.6 mil attack stat. Pretty good considering how defensive this unit is. And remember, they're just continuing to stack their defense. So this is gonna hit hard here. And remember, everything he does now is guaranteed crit. So the additional we're gonna get here is a guaranteed crit. So even a normal, 1.2 on a normal. That's why crits are so good on units that have built-in additionals, because you get those normals, you still do a lot of damage, right? Alright, so Evolution Blue Vegeta, I'm feeling pretty good about slot 1 here. Even in slot 2, it'll be nice to see the Goku Gohan tank. And let's go crazy. Let's just pop some active skills, and let's just beat down on this Vegeta. Let's see if we can't one-turn him. Sure, we'll get Physical Goku also. His won't hit very hard. Yeah, very weak. Okay. So yeah, 540k defense. We got a really nice chunkage of orbs here. And I really want us to take a Final Flash. The orb's not looking good for Gohan and Goku, and I didn't bring any orb change, and that's unfortunate. I really wanted to kind of go crazy and like blast away here, but we'll just do that to get to this little stack to give him some more ki. Alright, let's see what happens here. I want to see Vegeta and Trunks go crazy here. Come on, give me a Final Flash. We're going to totally tank it. So 6.6. Very good. I'm very happy about this unit at 55%. I don't feel any need to go back into this banner. I got my tickets and I'm skating out of here. And then 4.3. See if we can crit again. Okay. Alright, Final Flash time. This, dare I say double digits? Double digits. Very good. That's an impressive tank. That is a very impressive tank because he hits very hard. Now, Vegeta's probably going to live because we weren't able to get like a good super with these guys. If we had gotten like a 18 to 20 key super, he would have been out of here. But even so, we might still do pretty well here. These guys are hitting pretty hard even with their 12 key. Let's see. Yeah, just about one turn this Vegeta. Oh, triple super. We maybe one turn this Vegeta. This rotation, by the way, is probably going to be one of my favorite rotations in the game for a while. This rotation's crazy. So we literally one turn that Vegeta. So anyways, guys, let me know what you think of this Vegeta and Trunks. I think they're absolutely insane. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you all on the next one.